Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Introducing us from group 7, which consists of Aliyah, Marrina, Tia, and Zahna. In this video, we will be talking about how to write a letter or relating to payments and reminders in English correspondence, expressions, and sentence structures for sending payment requests, payment confirmations, reminders of pending payments, as well as providing explanations for misunderstandings or late payments. In this material, you will be able to communicate payment-related requests and information with more confidence. So, get your stationery ready and let's get started with this lesson. What is a letter requesting payment? As you know, invoice is one of the important documents in the world of domestic and foreign trade. Regardless of the size of your company, invoices are always made in several sheets. This is because copies of the invoice are needed by other parties, both other parties from the company itself and outside parties related to the trading activities carried out. Okay, next, the purpose of making a letter. The first one, to send an invoice to request payment settlement. The second one is sending a statement to request settlement of overdue payments. Next, there are common phrases used in letters requesting payment. The first one is opening paragraph. A. Sending an invoice. Overall, this section contains a request for payment for goods that have been delivered in accordance with the buyer's order, with reference to the invoice number and the corresponding order number. The example is the enclosed invoices cover goods supplied to your order number blah 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 of blah blah blah. B. Submitting a statement. Overall, this section contains the submission of a statement of account for the transaction that have been made and a request for payment of the balance stated in the statement of account. For example, we are pleased to enclose or send a statement of your account amounting to blah 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 rupiah for all transactions from May up to August 2000 and blah blah blah. C. Closing paragraph. Overall, the passage contains a request and expectation to receive payment or remittance from the interlocutor in the near future. The tone used tends to be formal and polite in requesting payment. The example, we should be pleased to receive your settlement. Here is a sample letter from letters requesting payment. What is making and acknowledging payment? So, after the seller sends a letter to the buyer informing him that payment is due, the buyer is obligated to complete the payment in accordance with the amount stated on the bill based on the invoice or the attached details. Now that it has been checked and the amount is correct, the buyer or company will complete the payment to the seller. In this case, the payment settlement can be made by cash, check, money order, or bank transfer according to mutual agreement.
Next is phrases commonly used in making and acknowledging payments. First, to accommodate the payment, the first is opening paragraph. For example, thank you for your invoice number blah 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 of blah blah blah. The second is reporting an instruction or action. For the example, we have instructed our bank to remit the sum of dollar or rupiah blah 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 for the credit of your account at bank. The third is closing paragraph. For the example, please send us your official receipt for this settlement. The second, to acknowledge payment. The first is opening paragraph. For example, thank you for your letter of blah 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 advising us that you have instructed your bank to remit the sum of dollar or rupiah blah blah blah. The second is describing action. For example, our bank has advised us that they have received the amount of dollar or rupiah blah 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 in settlement of our invoice number blah blah blah. And the third is closing paragraph. For the example, we thank you for your prompt settlement of the invoice and look forward to receiving your next order. And here there is the example from accompany letter. The following image is an example of letter from to accompany payment. We can see in the opening section with the sentence is a confirmation that the letter has been received by the buyer, whose purpose is to make payment immediately. Then continue with the sentence, we have instructed the bank to send an amount of money to be credited to your account at the bank. which if seen from the sentence, this is reporting an instruction or action, namely information that payment has been made by the buyer, either by bank transfer or check delivery. Furthermore, the letter to company payment in the closing section contains a request to obtain official receipt for the payment or settlement that has been made, or in the example of this letter is exemplified by sentence, please send us your official receipt for this settlement. What is collection letters? Collection letters are letters sent by companies or financial institutions to customers who have overdue payment. This letter serves to remind a customer to pay their outstanding bills immediately. Collection letters can contain information about payment arrears, calculation costs, and consequences if the bill not paid within the specific time. In this collection letter, although it reminds the buyer or credit recipient of an obligation that must be fulfilled immediately, the content of the letter must be bold and straight to the point. What's need to be remembered is that the payment is overdue and needs to be settled immediately. Is common phrases used in collection letters. First is for first reminder. The first is opening paragraph. For the example, we wish to draw your attention to our invoice number blah 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 for sum of US dollar or rupiah blah 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 which we have not yet received. The second is closing paragraph. For the example, we should be glad to receive your check by return. Next, here is an example of a letter first reminder. First is opening paragraph. States the purpose of the letter, which is to remind the recipient of an outstanding payment. Explain the details of outstanding amount 15,500,000 rupiah and the due date 5 June. Next is providing reminder statement. The sentence contains the inclusion of proof of invoice along with a reminder of the favor or price concession that has been given to encourage the recipient to pay. And last is closing paragraph. Request that payment be made immediately. The material listed is finished. Then prepare your stationery and I will give an exercise question and answer the following question within 10 seconds. The first question is, which are the closing sentences of the acknowledgement payment? A. Thank you for your credit transfer you have made to our account at BCA Bank. B. We thank you for a prompt settlement of the invoice and look forward to receiving your next order. C. We enclose our official receipt and hope you will be satisfied with the goods we sent. D. Thank you for your letter of 7 March advising us that you have instructed your bank to remind the sum of 20 million rupiah. I will give you 10 seconds to answer. The answer is B and C. For the next question, answer the following question. First, what did the writer enclose in the letter? Second, what is the point of this letter? And the last, what does we in paragraph 2 refer to? Answer the question within 10 seconds and write them in your book. Okay, because it has been 10 seconds, the answer to the question above is, first, what did the writer enclose in the letter? The answer is, in the letter, the writer enclosed a copy of the statement of account for all transactions from 1 April to 30 April. Next, what is the point of this letter? The answer is, the purpose of this letter is to send the statement of account to Mr. Alvin Bitendo as chief accountant of PT Mahkota Raya Abadi and remind him to make payment of the total invoice of 15,500,000 rupiah. And the last, what does we in paragraph 2 refers to? The answer is, The word we in paragraph 2 refers to the sender of the letter. In this case, Shahadiar Ramlan as accounting manager of the company or organization that sent the letter. This is the learning video from us, hopefully useful, and don't forget continue to learn again so that our knowledge is wider, more or less apologize. Thank you and see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.